Hello everybody and welcome back to Hardworking Man. It's been a minute. Rachel went down to Florida to visit our daughter. I had to work a 50-hour work week and take care of both boys. Nate drives himself around and huge congratulations to him. He qualified for the state wrestling tournament, which is a huge deal. It's not easy to do. He's worked his butt off and he'll be wrestling at Ford Field in 2 weeks. So we're really proud of Nate. But Rachel's back. I got sick for a little bit. I'm getting better now and I got some work to do. I'm going to drop some trees, making the woodyard expansion project even further along. Now we also got hammered by snow, and so I had to go up and get the tractor because snow makes firewood tough. That Easton-made grapple is going to help a lot getting the wood out of the snow, but the tractor was up at the property, and this is another reason why I go with the N&N galvanized trailers. Let me show you guys what it looks like. I can't just take off 3 or 4 months a year when it snows and they're pounding the roads with salt. So when I need the tractor, I need to haul a trailer, I can't be one of those guys that says I only use my trailer in the summer. I use it all year long, and that's why I go with the galvanized. Also, the new plow truck has come in handy because winter came late, but it came in strong, and we've got snow everywhere. And, I mean, you can see the salt all over the truck, all over the trailer. I mean, this is why I also picked out 6, 7 nice ash logs that I'm gonna buck up for our 1 cord challenge. I figured I'm coming home, I got the grapple, I got the trailer. I was able to pluck those out of the log pile using that grapple, which I'll do here on the oak pile just to show you how handy that thing is. Got the new chains and binders, got the tractor warming up. We're gonna get the backhoe off and turn this thing into the ultimate firewood machine with that Easton-made grapple on the front and pallet forks, 3-point pallet forks on the back. I think that'll really come in handy. So let me get the tractor unloaded, and then we're gonna go fell some trees and continue the woodyard expansion. If you guys need more information on these N&N trailers, Thumb Trailer in Sandusky, Michigan is the place to go. Check out their website. I'll put a link down in the description. Brad and the guys there are awesome. One of the best dealerships I've ever worked with. And if you go there, buy a trailer, tell them you saw them on Hardworking Man, you're gonna get a free Hardworking Man Thumb Trailer t-shirt. You can't beat that. Looks like I'm gonna have to work on a seal for this cheap toolbox I mounted on the trailer off Amazon. Towing home in the snow, it looks like a bunch got inside, which I don't want because then everything gets wet and nasty and frozen and rusty. So that'll be a future project. Man, nothing wants to work in the snow. Ah, chain's in the way. Ha! There we go. I am really liking those chain binders, the ratchet binders from Mighty Products. I picked those up the other day to better tie down my tractor, and I found out I still need to add 1 to be legal, I guess. 1 off each corner and 1 for the bucket and 1 for the backhoe, which we're taking the backhoe off. But man, I thought I was doing good chaining the tractor down better than I ever have, and people are like, you're still not legal. So I guess I got to work on that. Man, I'll tell you what, having a dually to tow with is like nothing else. Last night towing this rig home, I got the bed full of ash rounds, 7 ash logs, the tractor, the backhoe, the grapple, and I was busting through drifts that were flying over the hood from the blowing snow. The roads were nasty, and I never once felt out of control. And before, towing a load like this with my single rear wheel truck, I'd have felt a little squirrely just towing it like that. Always a little more careful when there's ice and snow on the trailer. You got to be cautious. But this trailer is a lot nicer than the big deck over gooseneck that I used to run. That would get a little dicey backing off in conditions like this because it was higher being the deck over. I mean, just look at all that nasty road grime. They were just pouring the salt out, and you can see it's all over this trailer. Now, if I had a regular painted steel trailer, that would concern me a lot more than it does with these galvanized trailers. Now this is why I had to go get this grapple. This is the big oak we did on the 8-way, on the all wood, covered in snow. I don't have the sides on, so I'll lose a few pieces. But I mean, to be able to get your wood out of the snow like this, I'm just moving this for the time being, but so much easier. This grapple is quickly becoming one of my most favorite tools in the wood yard, especially here in the winter. I mean, just look at how much of that snow you can get off your wood. I mean, that's awesome. And how easily you can move this stuff around. Wait till you see what we have planned for this grapple. We're going to be producing firewood as faster than anybody without a processor with our setup that we're going to run. I love it. All right, that was in my way of driving through the wood yard. So now I've cleared my path and I can go get the rest of the mash logs off. So I just dumped that wood out of the way. Here's the oak pile. I think I'm gonna do most of that with a chainsaw and a splitter. And here we are now coming into the wood yard, which I do have a big cookie here to clean up as well. I mean, it's just too easy. I got a lot of cleanup to do, and this is going to make life so much nicer. Not to mention cleaner, easier firewood. And that cottonwood right there is the tree I'm going to take down today, the biggest one. And I'm going to fell it right towards me where I'm at. There's a giant widowmaker up in it, so I'm going to have to be careful. I've got a brand new helmet that I picked up. I will be wearing the helmet. I almost always wear a helmet when I fell trees. We got a beech tree next to it that also has a widowmaker in it. But right up there is where I'm planning to put the 20-foot sea container for extra storage. Here to the left is where we're going to have our campfire wood, just a small bin, and then we're going to do oak and hardwood up over here. We still got a lot of cleanup to do. I was hoping to get these bins in. I thought winter was all but over, and we had a late winter, and it's been relentless lately. This is the most snow we've had in a couple years, I think. Now, one thing I love about this grapple is how pointed these teeth are. But they're AR400, so they don't bend. So I can get them down here, close to the trailer, without digging my trailer, and they'll still scoop these logs up. And just like that, I was wrong. I did dig my trailer. Ah! Dang it. Now that's part of owning equipment, trying new things. Just the surface. We'll get that. I'll buff that down so stuff doesn't catch and get some new oil on it. Not real happy with myself, but not the dumbest thing I've ever done. I'll show you a different way to pick those logs up. All right, so if you don't want to dig into your brand new trailer deck like I just did, here's another way you can grab these. So now I can see the bottom tines. And just pick them off like this for your bottom row. You know what I bet? I bet I put those front tines into the trailer when I closed. I'm still learning this thing, so learn from my mistakes. Don't do that. But now, I can just grab my other one here. So not too bad, just a flesh wound. We'll fix it up, but I bet I did it with that top one. Or no, it looks like I did it coming in. I just got, probably with the weight of that log, it pushed them down further than I expected, but it's wood. They make trees every day. All right, so I lied. The Widowmaker is actually in the beech right next to this, which I'll also be taking down. That's the type of stuff you need to look out for. But this cottonwood, I do believe I can get to fall where I need it to. It's got weight to the right and also some back to the left. It's not crucial that this goes the way I need it to, because if it goes backwards, that's fine too, but I think I can get it to go to the right, but I'm not always correct. So we'll get wedges in and see what we can do. All right, so I have changed my plans. I do believe I could have wedged this over into the opening in my wood yard like I originally had planned. But when I was over there on the tractor, I believe this tree may be tall enough to get to my power lines. And I don't want to risk it. And I know I can get this tree to go back into the woods, back that way towards the outdoor wood boiler, and it will not reach that. So I'm going to take those couple little ones out of the way, get that leaning maple down, and then we're going to fell this cottonwood back into the woods. And then the beech tree with the big Widowmaker in it there, we'll fell that out into the wood yard. And that'll be a big, I guess a big step forward in opening up that area there. So knock these couple little ones down, then I'll get the camera set up, get that maple down, and then the cottonwood. That's going to be my most challenging tree of the day. But I love felling giant trees. I got the Echo CS7310. That saw is going to see Dino Joe tomorrow. I bought it off sawsupplier.com. You get 10% off all their saws, the lowest prices out there, and free shipping on every order with code HWM10, 10% off their saws. And you're going to see that thing. It's an awesome saw now. It's going to be an absolute monster when Dino Joe is done with it. I also just picked up this new safety helmet. It's got the flip down, it's got the earmuffs, all that. It's Oregon. I got the yellow because you guys all made fun of me for my Bob the Builder hard hat, but I really bought it because on Saw Supplier it's 35 bucks, and it's got the little dial knob, which my first Husqvarna that I had that, which I loved because you can change the size. Sometimes I wear a little wool beanie under here. Sometimes Rachel wears it. My new Husqvarna, after I brush hogged my old one when it fell off the back of my tractor, you had to always take it apart like a hat and put the pins back together. It was a pain. So when I saw this had a dial and was $35 with free shipping, I snagged one up. Plus, the yellow is awesome. I do have a small Widowmaker hanging right there. Even though they're small, they can hurt. I'm hoping I can get this down through the tops. I'm gonna go right that way. I think it'll get through. All right, let's see if we can get it to the tops. Come on. Ah! No go. That is what I was worried about, but I thought it would get down through them. But I think dropping this big old cottonwood on it will take it down the rest of the way. We're about to find out with tree dominoes. Actually, another change of plans. I'm going to bring the tractor in with the grapple and get that off the stump, and then I can pull it backwards down out of that tree so I don't have to crush that next tree yet. Then onto the cottonwood. All right, well, let's hope this goes better than just pulling those little trees out of here went, because I smoked my camera just getting those little ones out of the way. So I'm going to see if I can't get this down so I don't have to crush it with the cottonwood. Wish me luck. we go. Perfect. On to stage 2. So the goal is going to be to get a field goal right between those trees where that maple's laying, because then I think this thing will clear all the way through. I got to aim this one a little better than I did the last one, because I don't really want to take those trees down. So hopefully we can get this in between them. So I'm going to put my face cut here and then my back cut from back there, so if that widowmaker gets drug, I'll be clear of it. All right, I am by no means an expert tree feller. I've learned a lot over the years. I have a lot to learn, but I ain't afraid to try. Hopefully this goes the way I want it to. There she goes. Come on, all the way down, girl. Well, she's down. Whew. All right, well, she is down. She is down safely, but not without a little collateral damage. I opened up a little more than I wanted to. She crushed a couple of them other trees, but we'll get them out of there, and if we need to, we'll plant some arborvitae or something along the border there. They don't always go perfect, but it's down. Nothing was wrecked, and no one was hurt. It is cold and windy. I think I'm gonna call it a day. We'll get after this beach another day. I don't like how these winds have picked up. Well, there it is. A little woodyard carnage in the freezing cold winter. A bunch of trees down, the woodyard opened up, everyone's safe, nothing's damaged. Not perfect, but the woodyard expansion goes on. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.